Hi, I'm Tracy, VE3TWM. Thank you for tuning in to Outdoors on the Air. Field Day is my favorite event on the ham radio calendar. After the bitter disappointment of having to operate Field Day 2020 from home, I was really thrilled that this year I was able to operate from a campsite. Even though the weather forecast called for lots of rain, nothing was going to keep me from my date with the outdoors during Field Day weekend. The week prior, I started to pull my gear together. Finally, on Friday morning, I loaded up the adventure mobile and was on my way to the park. The weather was hot, humid, and overcast as I pulled up to the gate. I had never laid eyes on the campsite before, so once there, I gave it a look over and was very pleased with what I found. As I had surmised from the photos on the park reservation site, there was plenty of wide open space and access to a couple of tall trees across the adjacent field. My friend Randy VE3OZR was a bit later getting to the site, so I set up my sleeping tent. Soon thereafter, Randy arrived, and we set up the no-bug zone shelter. Since the forecast was calling for continuously wet weather, we situated the no-bug zone right outside the tent door. The primary antenna would be my 4-band high-end fed for 40, 20, 15, and 10 meters. This antenna has worked well for me in past HF portable installations. I attached the feed point of the high-end fed to one of the support poles for the no-bug zone shelter, and ran the other end out to a tall tree across the field. After a couple of attempts with an arborist throw bag, I managed to get the far end up about 35 feet. After dinner, Randy left for home and I hit the hay. The next morning, after hearing a pretty serious wind and rainstorm come through during the night, I came out of the tent to see this. The far end of my antenna had come down. Apparently a wind gust had knocked the paracord off the high branch it was on, and it dropped to a much lower hanging one. Randy had returned for the day, and he held the station end of the wire aloft to keep it from tangling, while I trudged off across the field to put it back up. This time, I managed to get the far end up about 45 feet. I checked into a couple of nets in the morning and received good signal reports, so I was encouraged that the station was working well. The wind continued to blow all morning, gusting to more than 30 miles per hour at times. I heard later that a tornado touched down about 50 miles from my location on Saturday. This was a wide-ranging weather event. Finally, 2 o'clock came, and just as I started to operate, I looked out at the antenna wire and saw that once again it was down.
Action.
Okay, just before 2 o'clock, big wind comes up. 2 o'clock, of course, being the official launch of Field Day local time. Big wind comes up, knocks down the far end of my high-end fed sloper. I've got to trek across the field now to the tree that I had it up on to see what went wrong and get it back up in the air. Well, that was enough for me. Being prepared for adversity, I had brought along my 50-foot DX wire mast and matching PVC pole mount. Randy and I had the antenna set up in a sloper configuration in short order, and I was back on the air to stay. I started to operate using my ICOM 703 Plus. Here are a few contacts I made with the 703. Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Okay, I have Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. Is that correct?
Roger, roger.
Okay, you are 1 Delta. Mike Delta Charlie, MDC, over.
QSL, please copy 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
QSL. Oh, got it. Thank you. Whiskey Radio 3 Radio.
First contact?
Field day.
Where is he, in Maryland?
Maryland, yep.
Yeah.
Roger. Thanks. QRZ K1 Alpha Radio.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
Again.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango again.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
I'm sorry, do it again.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
I can't get it. QRZ K1 Alpha Radio. QSL 1 Delta Delaware, 1 Delta Delaware. Thanks. QRZ Alpha Bravo 3 Alpha Hotel, Plan 3 Delaware, QRZ.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
Hey, Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike, 1 Delta Delaware.
Roger, 1 Bravo, Golf Tango Alpha.
Thanks. QRZ Alpha Bravo 3 Alpha Hotel, Plan 3. November Echo 1 Radio India, QRZ.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike, 2 Alpha, Rhode Island.
Roger, 1 Bravo, Golf Tango Alpha.
QSL 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha, 7-3.
I'm not going to lie, my results running with the 703 were poor. I only made a handful of contacts during the afternoon, running the 703 at 5 watts. Only 40 and 20 were open, and 40 was jammed with loud, closely spaced signals. 20 didn't seem as busy, but I wasn't making any contacts there. I was giving the matter some thought when local ham Joseph VE3GKT arrived. Earlier in the week, I had invited Joseph to join us. Joseph brought along his Go Kit, or should I say backpack, which consisted most notably of an ICOM 7100, an antenna tuner, a battery, and a Raspberry Pi computer for digital work. He gave Randy and I a demo and proceeded to start making contacts using FT4. By the time he finished, we had 13 more contacts in the log. Thank you, Joseph. We had some dinner, and then I asked Joseph if he would like to try to make some SSB contacts with the 703. Joseph is a young ham who has only had his ticket for a couple of years, and he had never tried working field day before. Let's watch him at work.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike. Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike. Tango, Whiskey, Mike. Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike. Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike. Over.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike. Please copy 2 Delta, Mike Delta Charlie. 2 Delta, Mike Delta Charlie.
1 Bravo, 1 Bravo, 1 Bravo, Golf Tango Alpha, Golf Tango Alpha, 1 Bravo, Golf Tango Alpha. Over.
That must be it.
1 Bravo, Golf Tango Alpha, QSL 7-3.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good job.
That was the weakest station on
Well
the band that
played.
we
Well
tried.
played.
Where was he?
And you know what?
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike. Here's a pilot.
Yeah, that's very unusual to hear a transatlantic station coming in like that on field day.
I got Bulgaria on a POTA on 40 meters. I was out super late one night. It was like 11 p.m. local.
Wow.
And I got 2 of them. They had both had like beams or something.
Jeez.
And I don't know what power they were running, but I was running, same end fed and turned it all the way up to 100 watts with extra compression and stuff. And I just barely got them. Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike, Kilo 5, Bravo Kilo Tango. I am 1 Delta Arkansas.
I copy 1 Delta Alpha Radio. You are 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha. 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha, over.
Okay, I got the 1 Bravo. Is it Golf Tango
Golf Tango
Alpha?
Alpha, Germany, Tokyo, America.
QSL, I got that, and I am 1 Delta Arkansas. QSL.
I copy 1 Delta Alpha Radio. Thanks for contact.
Thanks, 73.
Good job.
Thank you.
Nice.
QSL, the 1 Delta GTA. Copy 1 Delta Illinois, India Lima. Good luck to you. Bye-bye.
Randy and Joseph headed home around 11, and off to the tent I went. The next morning I awoke to blue skies and a hot day. Mercifully but not unexpectedly, my antenna was still standing.
CQ Field Day, Kilo 3 Oscar Delta X-Ray, K3 ODX Field Day.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike.
VE3 TWM, please copy 2A EPA.
QSL 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
Is that Greater Toronto, Roger?
Roger, QSL.
You're in the lodge. Did you get my 2A EPA?
QSL.
73, thanks for hanging in there, QRM City. CQ Field Day from K3 ODX. And NJ, thank you. Norway 2, Mexico, Florida.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike.
VE3 Tango Whiskey Mike, 1 Dalton, Western New York.
QSL 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
Thank you, Norway 2, Mexico, Florida. Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Juliet, QRZ Field Day.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike.
Okay, who's calling?
Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike.
Well, they say the Tango Whiskey Mike. It's an Echo 3. What is it?
Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike.
Okay, come again.
Victor Echo 3, QSL.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike.
QSL.
Okay, copy 1 Delta British Columbia, 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. Go ahead.
QSL 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha. 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
Okay, 1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha. Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck.
CQ Field Day, Whiskey 4, Victor Sugar, W4 VS Field Day.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 2 Tango Whiskey Mike, 1 Delta Georgia.
A correction on the call sign, Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike.
VE3 Tango Whiskey Mike, 1 Delta Georgia.
1 Bravo Golf Tango Alpha.
Thanks, Whiskey 4, Victor Sugar.
Alrighty.
Okay, Rand. It is Sunday around noon and it's really hot out here, and I'm a Canadian guy, and boy, I just don't like the heat a whole lot. So it's time to pack down, but I just wanted to get maybe your thoughts, Rand, on the weekend that's just been through. What are your takeaways? What have you thought about what's happened here this weekend?
Well, Trace, I would say that you've picked a nice open spot here. It's got some privacy. There was a little bit of rain coming up to the weekend. A little humid. There were clouds on Saturday. A little bit of rain in the morning, but it's become quite clear and hot right now. A little bit of cloud. Your no bug zone is handy. Keep a little bit of the sun out, and of course, luckily there's a nice shade, or not shade, a nice breeze today. Mm-hmm. But you know, you've seemed to combine all the elements of space and privacy into a nice campsite here. And I guess my own picky point would be we need a tree right where we're going to work so we have some shade. But apart from that, it's a nice spot.
Yeah. Now, you were making a point just a few minutes ago, because all Saturday what we did is we ran QRP, went 5 watts with my ICOM 703, and it was tough sledding. You know, the ARRL contact, or the rules this year, much like last year, 1 Delta stations get to contribute and be active participants to a much greater extent than in years past. That led to an awful lot of congestion on the bands. Made it really tough, even with a decent antenna, to make contacts. You were making the point earlier about, field day really is about trying to get through under adverse conditions, so why not throw a lot of power at it?
Yeah, that's the point, Trace, that you mentioned about perhaps increasing the power next year. If we were in an emergency setting where we had to set up a station quick and do it very quickly if somebody was hurt or if there was a situation where we needed help right away, I'm not worried about QRP. I want as much power to go out as possible to get word to somebody that gives assistance.
Yeah, no, it's a really good point. And in fact, unless the rules change, and even if they don't, or even if they do change next year, I think I'm going to run 20 watts. I've just found that Sunday morning, band opens up a little bit, I pull out the FT897, I run at 20 watts and having no trouble at all making contacts, very similar to last year where I was running from the backyard, and I kind of presumed it had to do with just running from the backyard, a poorly situated antenna situation much better this year for me, but still really tough with QRP. So maybe next year I'm going to be running 20 watts all the way through and see how that works out. So it is, I mentioned, midday, time to tear down. Thank you very much for coming along for the ride. Please, as always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below or send me an email via my QRZ page. I read all of them. I respond to as many as I can, but my responses may be delayed because I got an awful lot on my plate these days. Thanks, folks. Looking forward to the next time, and until next time, of course, now it's your turn. Get out of the shack, get outdoors, and get on the air. 73 from Tracy, VE3TWM.